everybody. It's your girl, Claudia Jordan, and welcome to Cocktails with the Queens. Now, y'all know what it is and what we're about to do. I'm with my lovely queens, Vivica A. Fox, Lisa Ray, and Selena Johnson. And tonight we are dishing about what's trending in the news and in social media. And later on the show, we are talking to one of the stars of the hit reality show, Selling Tampa, Sharelle Rosado. Ladies, how's everybody doing tonight?
Fantastic.
I done almost hurt my damn self coming onto the set, honey. I done slid in like I was playing baseball, the first base, and knocked the whole set down. It was like, I'm here.
What you doing, Lisa Ray?
Did y'all see it?
He on CPP time, okay?
Okay.
What you doing, Lisa Ray?
Girl, finally got back into the country. I got back here late this morning, early in the wee hours of the night. Got in my bed. My grandbaby was there, and I couldn't pull my clothes off fast enough to get in bed with her. But I'm glad to be back home, you know what I mean? And I'm celebrating the 2022 with my family finally, because I've been gone since the day after Christmas. So, like I said, I slid into y'all. So, what's up, y'all?
I love that. That background is cute. The background.
Thank you. Shout out to Toshia for putting it together. I done almost messed it all up. It's all on the floor.
I was last minute too and ran in just now with 30 seconds. And I know one of my eyebrows is in a reddish lip liner by accident because I try to do my makeup real quick. So don't judge me. I'm gonna fix myself during the commercial break. Ladies, tonight is a special show tonight. I don't know if y'all realize, but tonight we're celebrating our 2-year anniversary. Fox Soul's 2-year anniversary.
Yes, turning 2 in 22.
That's right.
Hey,
here's to 20 more years.
So in honor of this, we're taking a trip down memory lane and highlighting the variety of shows that got us to this moment. Let's take a look.
I woke up this morning in a good mood. I had Georgia on my mind, and then just a few hours later, we find out that white folks have gone crazy.
I really got to a point where I really realized, like, hold up, everybody don't want what I want, and they're not gonna put in the work to get it.
Ain't no elevator to the top. You have to take the stairs.
What do we call you, Leon or Lenny?
Leon, don't call me Lenny, man. My daddy hate that.
Hey, I am your real daddy. So
we on that already out the gate, George.
When y'all say I don't like light-skinned dudes, I like dark-skinned dudes. You don't think that hurts a light-skinned dude's feelings?
They don't think that we manly enough.
You see how I did that? I had got a question in that Candy has never been asked before. That's how I do.
Y'all doing great things right now with this content. Think about it, put it in the air. It could be bigger than this, so y'all can make it bigger.
Yes. Would y'all be opposed to a Cocktails with Queens reality show?
No, we're gonna try to keep liking each other. Yeah. Okay.
If there's not a conviction with these facts, with this evidence, what in the world would it ever take to convict a police officer?
I come from the bottom. We made do with what we had. Most of the time, what we had was love.
Before we went to break, damn it, my mom's calling me on the house phone. Hold on, y'all.
Just ghetto.
We took Aunt Jemima off the box. What more do you black people want?
How's it feel to be part of Fox Soul's growth? I mean, 2-year anniversary. A lot of folks don't make it this long, and we are here thriving. How do y'all feel to be a part of this?
I feel very, very blessed, very, very honored. Big shout out to you, Miss Claudia Jordan, for getting this amazing group of girls together that we've created Messy Mondays, and our numbers continue to grow, and people just really, really love the show. So I'm grateful to be a part of Cocktails with Queens. I really
And on top of that, I think also a big shout out to Fox Soul and James.
Yes, and our producers, yes.
And Justin.
Yes.
And Joyce, and everybody behind the scenes that you guys don't get a chance to see. But I think also it says a lot for us ladies and queens, my girls, because they took a chance on us and felt that we were worthy and relevant enough to start up a brand new show for them. So every week we've raised the tally for them, and we've worked in tandem with them. So congratulations to each and every one of us queens.
Yes, I'll take that.
Yes.
Lena?
I echo everything they just said. I mean, they pretty much stole everything that I was thinking in my brain. But I mean, if I could say anything, I would just say, congratulations to Fox Soul for recognizing that the Black female voice should be heard on this platform, because coming from Sister Circle that was stolen, I mean, from the, during the pandemic and just basically, cut off, for them to pick up such a, pick up for Black women platform like that was fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Because our voices need to be heard, and to be on a show with the level of women, the talent of women, the tenure of the women that I'm on this panel with is just a blessing every single Monday. I'm always so grateful and thankful to turn on my computer and see you beautiful faces every Monday. So I'm just happy that Fox Soul took a chance, like you guys said, and just allowed for Black women to have a platform, because we don't have 4 straight solid Black women platform. You know what I'm saying? It's like
women at that. Let me say this too, because as we were watching our highlights for the last 2 years, and they were hearing our back commentary of what we were saying, we absolutely mean everything we've said. You know what I mean? And there was nothing said that wasn't out of love. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And I know that they were like, they can hear you, but it was like, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's all right. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Basically, we keep it real.
Fox Soul, I will say this, shout out to Fox Soul. When they first started, it was just like the little engine that could, and a lot of people were like, it's just a streaming platform, weren't really interested. And it was a struggle at first to get guests to come on the platform. And then it just started growing slowly. And yes, they did take a chance on 4 Black women on this show. But if y'all remember, when y'all came on as a guest the first time, it was absolute magic. So of course they had to make Cocktails with Queens a show, because y'all were so good. It was such a great, the chemistry was undeniable. And here we are. And listen, lots of groups don't stay together. Lots of shows don't stay together because of personalities. And we have managed to make it happen and to grow.
Absolutely.
And we've grown in front of the camera and also behind the camera, which y'all don't see. And I'm proud of this show. Like, our Wi-Fi done got together. Okay. We done stepped our game up.
We done stepped our backgrounds up, honey. We got also like store backgrounds.
We're also like springboarding other shows off of this. Yes. Claudia, you executive producing. How did TJ Madison's show do?
It got postponed to this Monday, so it starts tomorrow, and it's going to be perfect. And then TGIF, and then you with the screening room, and Selena with your specials, and Lisa Ray. I remember seeing your commercial for your furniture stores. Like, this has been a great platform for us all across the board. And thank you for supporting us, like Fox Soul, James, Stephen, Joyce, all of you.
Lisa Ray did wear a white turban and a bathrobe the first time. And then on the Kardashians.
Yes, and when she came on with the swimsuit too. And
listen, with the swimsuit, but when she went up on the Kardashians and said she was gonna call her Ace of Spades, I knew we were special then.
I started to think,
went out of the screen like this.
I felt like we was in trouble that day. She wasn't yelling at us, but I felt like I was in trouble.
Lisa Ray kicked it out. She was like, I'm just gonna call her Ace of Spades. The Kardashians?
Oh, that changed. I ain't do that. I only did that when I said, you know.
Well, then there's that too.
I mean, we have definitely had some viral moments up in here. Let me tell you.
Like this day and the third, you know what I mean?
Let me tell you something about that Lisa Ray. I know Lisa Ray hates this birthday situation. But when Vivica, when it got quiet, when she cussed us out, and I was like, okay. And then Vivica went, how did this left?
Because Vivica was like this, Lisa Ray. It's my sister, honey. It's your birthday.
Claudia was like,
you said, y'all don't know shit
at all. She cussed us all out.
There's been so many fun times.
Oh my God, it was hilarious.
So many fun times. Like also, Vivica, when it was your birthday and we all dressed up as a character from one of your movies.
That was fun.
That was fun. Yes. And again, Lisa Ray, you always come through with the costumes. Like, you don't ever disappoint. Selena, everyone always comments on the blog how much they love your perspective and how you always serve with the different looks with the hair and the makeup. Vivica, everyone always says she is not her age. She looks amazing. They always comment how fly you look. Like everyone, there's really no weak link. So
it works.
Yeah, and Claudia was you Donald Trump?
Oh my gosh.
Donald Trump and Michael Jackson.
Her Frankie costume was very funny. Yeah. The Frankie costume was one of the most stellar ones.
I got the wig right here.
When she was Frankie and Donald Trump. Yeah, she did that.
Oh man, we've had some good times on this show, right? Haven't we?
Even sometimes when we've been tired, like people don't really know that we've been coming from filming or changing hair to come into another character or just sliding in the home base. You know what I mean? Like we have absolutely been like, I'm here. You know what I mean? And we've been here every Monday and proudly and gladly.
And you know what's the only thing that's missing, I feel like, is we gotta do a Cocktails with Queens trip where we can invite some of our favorite queens to Aruba or the Bahamas or Jamaica or somewhere with us. I think we need to plan that in 2022.
Agreed.
What say y'all?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Amen.
All right, everybody in the chat, if you are here for a Cocktails with Queens trip, queening with the queens or cruising with the queens or Caribbean with the queens, give us some thumbs up in the chat and we're gonna check out those comments. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We got plenty of show left for y'all. So please, we'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. We have just taken a trip down memory lane over the last couple of years that we've had all these memories with Fox Soul and being on Cocktails with Queens. And it's going to be a fun show. Tonight is the 2-year anniversary. All right, ladies, I don't know if y'all heard about this story, but fans are speculating that Ari Fletcher, she's the girlfriend of Moneybagg Yo, the rapper. She's also a social media influencer with a bunch of followers. She was removed as an ambassador from the brand, from Savage Fenty X, due to controversial comments she made about women who are victims of domestic violence. Let's take a look.
Nobody cares about what happened to you, what trauma you had. Nobody cares. You're trying to victimize yourself and use this. Oh, like this. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Now we all know Rihanna was a victim of domestic violence, and a lot of women were. So, do you think Savage X Fenty made the right decision to remove her as their ambassador?
Absolutely.
Yep.
You know, that was so cold. And immature. We had to have compassion for one another, and especially survivors of domestic violence, men and women and children. Like, that is absolutely nothing to be dismissive and cold about at all. So,
and shout out to Rihanna for standing up and being an example of a woman of her word and making sure that her brand is not tarnished with any foolishness. Yes. Because here's the thing, these younger girls are looking up to these influencers and these social media girls. And so if you know that, you have an obligation. See, that's the difference between a social media influence and a real celebrity and star. There is a difference.
Yes, so because we have morality clauses.
Absolutely. You have to work your way up to that stardom so you know what level that you're stepping into, because it's levels to this. It's respectable. People respect you. Now, you can have your opinion, but even when you have your opinion, you got to wait till you get to a certain level to be able to be heard, because we've seen the history of your words and why you saying what you've been saying. She was out of line, out of place. She was immature. For the women that look up to her, I hope that they hold her accountable for what she said. I hope that she is learning a lesson for her to at least come back and say, you know what? I apologize because I did not mean da or whatever, but she need to give us some type of apology, a narrative, or what's that cancel culture? Like, they should be all on top of her on that.
They were.
Elena, what do you think?
First of all, Lisa Ray just dropped a word on the people real good when she said that's the difference between a celebrity and an influencer, because we are taught certain decorum, you know what I'm saying? Yes. And like, there's just certain things you don't say. Just to give a little context, and Claudia, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think y'all, so she was on there talking about how she want her boyfriend. She made a statement like, I like when my boyfriend get mad at me when sometimes I like to fake like I'm leaving him and I want him to get so mad at me that he pull out a gun and beg me to stay, right? Yeah. So she said that online. And then, so the domestic violence people were like, now she's saying all this on live. So people who have gone through domestic violence, I don't even want to say domestic violence people because that's insensitive. Women who have experienced domestic violence, they made us comment to her, back like, yo, like that ain't cool. That's insensitive. You shouldn't really say that, because it is kind of wild. But what the young lady, Ari, is giving, that whole scenario is giving, I need attention. Let's be clear, girl. We in 2022, we are not running around here hauling off. Everybody know you cannot run around here and haul off and make statements like that without backlash. So that's giving, I'm just trying to get some going, starting some attention. Second of all, I'm not sure why she's an influencer in the first place. Just not clear on that in the first place. But moreover, I just feel like it's on some old, I'm trying to get attention, because who would say that? And then so I guess that was her attempt of kind of like defending herself. I don't care what you say. Nobody cares if you interview. So that's dumb. Like all of the whole thing, all of this, like that's dumb. All of that's dumb, and you know better. And I think she did it to get what she's getting right now. Someone to be able to talk about what she said and did. Because low key, girl, that's a fool. And now look what you've done. You've messed up an opportunity for yourself. And
what she also has to learn is that once a big one counsels you, it then leads to everyone.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
You understand what I'm saying? Where it's like all of those things that you built up now will come crumbling. That's why I tell people a real career isn't built overnight or with a swipe. So hopefully this will be a lesson to this young lady. As an influencer, that if you are trying to build a career, you just got to watch what you say and how you say it. I mean, because people are watching your moves.
And we've all been guilty of that. We've all been guilty of that. And we're all learning. Yeah. But you can't come out the gate thinking that you hold that much clout where you can say anything you want to say, because some things is TMI. And even I am still learning that where I am. But work your way up to this. So when you apologize, people is listening to that just as well as your bullshit.
They will not listen to the apology if at this point they're getting more press off of your statement that you now can't take back.
I'm gonna blame society a little bit for this. Okay. Not that that wasn't an ignorant statement to say. We make everybody famous, and not to say that you can't be an influencer because of popularity, because hey, times have changed, unfortunately, right? That it's different now. You don't have to have that talent and the resume and the pedigree like you used to. Now you actually can just be popular on social media, and you do have influence. So I guess that makes you an influencer, but with great kudos and blessings, especially that fall into your lap like this. You're famous because you're someone's girlfriend, not to discredit you, but you're someone's girlfriend. So just know that you've been blessed with this platform. So use it wisely. Girl, I would love to have a deal with Fenty. We all would love to have a deal with Fenty. Yeah. You got one, and you out here talking about domestic violence when your CEO was a victim of domestic violence. How silly is that? Like at the very least, we gotta know basic girl code 101. Listen, just because it didn't happen to you or it's not a big deal, everybody want to be funny and have a moment. But there's people here getting their ass whooped on the daily, and you hurt all their hearts with this. And I hope you learn. You're young, Ari, and you do have a lot of pressure. A lot of people come to you every day. I see you, but like, hopefully this is a teachable moment because you have Rihanna in your back. Like she had your back, and she can't associate with you. That's bad business.
Bad for this. See, that was a very wonderful statement that you made, that people have to learn when you're bad for business. When you get with big associations, like, trust me, there are people that they answer to. And if you're bad for business, you'll get cut immediately.
On the flip side, Rihanna, if you would like some hot over 40-something-year-olds, I think we would look good in some Savage X Fenty. I'm just saying, Rihanna. Can I get the camera?
All of us.
We give you 4 for 1. How about that? Give us that Fenty deal. We'll take it.
Ooh, that photo shoot would be fabulous.
What? We would appeal to all the women of a certain age and the young ones that can look up and say, oh, I look like that when I'm in my 40s and 50s. Right?
Okay.
No? Okay, I'm trying. Okay.
Pitch away, Claudia.
I'm trying, ladies. I'm always thinking about trying to get us some more money.
I know that's right.
Moving on.
I'm for that.
Yeah, I know.
You know El Rey is.
Okay.
The nominees for Best Lead Actress at the Golden Globes were released last week. And unfortunately, not one Black actress was nominated. They're up to this BS again. Black Twitter erupted with anger and expressed their views about the lack of diversity. One Twitter user wrote, wait, are we not going to talk about how no Black women got nominated for Best Lead Actress at the Golden Globes? No Jennifer, no Halle, I'm gonna say no Vivica, I'm gonna say no Lisa Ray, I'm gonna say no Selena. What y'all thinking?
Well, did we have some leading roles this year?
I sure didn't. I'm just trying to figure out that I almost said something so mean about the picture. So y'all should probably
the picture?
The picture alone.
Oh, go back to that picture.
It gave me
potato salad.
It was giving Ghost. It was giving Casper. I probably should just be quiet.
Can we go back to the picture real quick of the ladies that were nominated?
Let's just feast our eyes.
Let's see who got nominated. Can we go back to that picture?
It was giving Corpse. It was giving.
We did it.
Oh. Got it. It's giving SPF 170.
It's just giving something that wasn't positive for me. And so y'all should skip over me on this one because I'm
another writer.
Y'all are actresses. Y'all are seasoned, beautiful, fantastic Black actresses. Y'all should just go for
another person. Deservingly, the one that should be there is Lady Gaga because she definitely. Oh, I mean, me and Lisa Ray were at that premiere, and afterwards, I told her, I said, "Oh, she get nominated for an Oscar for that one. Like that was that's across the board, killed it." The other children, I didn't even know. I saw Jessica Chastain in there, and Nicole
Kidman was in there.
Yeah, but them other children, was that Kristen Stewart on the end too?
That's Kristen Stewart.
Kristen Stewart. I like Kristen Stewart, but
I like them all. They just look very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another Twitter wrote, we need to do our own. Have more award ceremonies and celebrations like BET. I'm done asking white people for SHIT. Didn't Jennifer Hudson have respect? Didn't we have Regina?
Murdered it.
Murdered it. We had a few that we could have got up in there. Besides,
oh, I forgot about that.
No Spice Girls.
Murdered.
That was my original question. Did we have any Black women in a leading role this year?
Always.
Well, I've never.
Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson alone should be in there. Regina King stay in a movie every single year that she be nominated. She be killing it.
Yeah, but as a leading role.
I can't think.
Well, she directed that as well. I think that was a co-star. Yeah. And
so, what are your thoughts on the lack of?
What about Halle? Was Halle's past the cut? Halle Berry's movie Bruise, was that past the cut?
I just found out about Bruise. I just saw it when I was, I think, on Netflix.
Yeah, Bruise was real good.
How are they doing it?
It just recently came out. Yeah.
Was it movie?
Like Selena said, I don't know if it made the cut.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it made the cutoff, but it was really good.
So, what do y'all think about the lack of diversity? Aren't we doing this every other year? Every other year we having this conversation about this.
Unfortunately,
we always having this conversation, and just like the NFL, they don't care. Because honey, the NFL don't give a damn. Colin Kaepernick still don't have a job. So until Colin Kaepernick get a job, ain't nothing changed.
It's funny, right? This is a little off topic.
No, I'm talking about he need to be playing football. I'm still pissed the way they did Colin Kaepernick.
Agreed.
I feel the way. I will not watch the NFL. Like my family will watch the NFL. My sons and boys, I will go in a whole nother room. I will not watch the NFL based on what they did to Colin Kaepernick. It was totally, completely outrageous, and I still can't believe that they're even moving on with it.
To make matters even worse, the Aaron Rodgers, I believe it is. I mean, he lied about his COVID vaccination status. He said, and what you gonna do about it? He was unapologetic about it, and they can't stop throwing money at him. Colin just said, I'm just against police brutality, people. I'm just trying to bring attention. They act like he done murdered someone or he done raped someone in the bathroom in Pittsburgh, allegedly.
Listen, don't do that, okay? And then AB walks out and it's a national catastrophe and we all go everything he got cut in 2 seconds and all kind of stuff. But the other people, they just be doing whatever child and be getting away with it. So I don't know. Until Colin Kaepernick get a job, ain't nothing right.
How about Black people start getting together and forming their own? I mean, we're gonna have to at some point. We can keep complaining about what they're doing, but why don't we? There's nothing. We need to just get together, put our money together. We'll avoid all.
Well, Tyler Perry did. I mean, he created this gigantic situation out here in Atlanta that is fantastic. He's employing so many Black people, and I believe that Will Smith and
JD.
Exactly, they're creating a community. They're putting money into a community out here in Atlanta. So I think that they're doing it behind closed doors. It's just not sensationalized like the other races are. The other races, as in RACESs, what they're doing are. You know what I'm saying? We are doing things. We're donating. We're putting money together. We're doing stuff. It's just not being heard and seen.
We need it in all fields because it seems like we're always complaining about them, right? So we need it in sports. We run sports. We're 70% of sports of the NFL.
LeBron be turning up. LeBron
be can't do without us, but nobody wants to make that first move and be like, you know what? I'm walking away. And I get it. It's scary.
Yeah, because then they got families to feed. And then what happens then?
Man, if I could feed my family and my friends, they could feed theirs. They were doing way better than me. They'd be like, how am I going to feed my family with this 200 million? I can't go. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, but up next, we're talking to one of the stars of the hit show, Selling Tampa. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great interview. We'll be back with more with Cocktails with Queens after this. Welcome back to Cocktails with Queens, and joining us is another queen. She is one of the stars of Netflix hit show, Selling Tampa. But before she joins us, check out this clip from the hit show.
Two years ago, Sharelle was already killing it in the real estate game. The word about her starting her own brokerage, it was a hot topic. I had to be a part of it.
She wanted smart women. She wanted empowered women. And I really think that makes Allure Realty what it is.
Sharelle Rosado is a boss that makes it happen. Point blank, period.
Yeah.
Please welcome Sharelle Rosado. Hey, Sharelle, welcome.
Great trailer, I say that.
You better wear that coat dress, girl.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, welcome to the show. Congratulations to you and your fiance, Chad Johnson, and welcoming your beautiful baby girl born into the world just 7 days ago.
Wow.
How are you welcoming a brand new baby with a busy schedule? And why is your waist so snatched, way smaller than mine, and you're a new mom? I ain't got no kids.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, the trick is you throw in the waist trainer as soon as you have a baby. So, and you just keep it on every day. But overall, just making sure everything is set in place. I put people in roles to make sure the business is still flowing. So everything is running successful. We communicate well. And I'm on maternity leave right now, enjoying my time with the kids.
You look great.
Now, Sharelle, you know what I think is so fun? When you see someone as beautiful and, glamorous as yourself, and then people find out that you were an active duty paratrooper.
Wow.
For 13 years, jumping out of airplanes, hunting.
Yes.
They better know it before you started your firm. First of all, that's so fun. That just adds another layer of just fabulosity to your whole resume.
Badassness. You're badass.
What was that like being a paratrooper? First of all, why did you choose to jump out of planes? Because girl, I'm so afraid of heights. I don't even know why, and how did that prepare you mentally, emotionally, business-wise to start your own firm?
So when I joined the military, I found out that I was going to the 82nd Airborne Division. And that is basically, you have to be a paratrooper being there or you get treated like crap. And it's an all men dominated division. So I had to stand out in order to get promoted fast. I had to basically fit in. And that was part of fitting in, becoming a paratrooper. I was an HR and being a minority woman over there, it was hard as it was. So I didn't want to give them any disadvantages to show like, oh, she just here for her looks.
Mm-hmm.
But being in the military, it made me a strong leader. It prepped me to become a businesswoman, having soldiers up under me, dealing with different personalities. It just prepped me to be in the seat that I'm in today.
Sharelle, like, you know, fans are talking about your show, including the Breakfast Club DJ Envy. DJ Envy sparked a conversation on social media after he posted images of Selling Sunset and Selling Tampa with the caption, the same person created both shows. One show sold no homes, kind of embarrassing. The other show sells homes. Now, would you like to clear up what DJ Envy is kind of throwing a little bit of haterade on your show?
I felt like there was a little shade in there when people, you know, the ladies came back clapping because we know what we do. We sold. It may not have been. There's two different stories. Even though we're a franchise, our story is different from the Oppenheim brothers. We are a minority-owned brokerage that's getting into luxury, stepping into luxury. We can sell $400,000, $500,000 homes all day, every day. But the story behind it is, if you paid attention in the beginning when we were talking, is we're stepping into a luxury division. And we made huge deals on the show. We got with the developer and we are listing all his listings, multi-million-dollar listings. He didn't pay attention to that. Rena sold her home her $1 million home the first show. And Joanna and I did a big deal with Mayo Organics, who was looking for a minority-owned brokerage to represent them in Miami. So I don't know what he was watching, but we didn't say.
But like the nature of
when
real
you got
estate,
some haters, listen, when you got some haters, that means you're doing something right.
That's right.
and the nature of real estate, I mean, it's just by nature of that business, it's always been difficult for people of color because, first of all, people got to trust you with that. And it's still a good, in some areas, people still feel a way about that. My boyfriend's a realtor and he deals with that. So like, let you ladies live for a minute before, why we got to come for our own so hard? Like, it's already built in that some of the others have a network and we're breaking into that. So y'all do y'all thing.
Another thing is a lot of our own people don't even utilize us. They that's a big thing too. That's one of our problems. But during filming, we had a lot of issues because we were filming during the pandemic. A lot of people didn't want 18 camera crews in their homes with all this going on. So it was a lot. It was a lot to film during the pandemic, but we still made it work.
Well, my relative was Black.
Well, let me say this about you being such good eye candy, because for me personally, when I see someone that has some class, that has some luxury, it makes me feel like they know what I'm looking for. It makes me feel like when I'm going through the list of things I'm looking for, you're not just trying to just sell me a house. You're selling me someplace that I can walk into that can almost be a key turn. Is it key turn or turnkey? Turnkey?
Turnkey.
Turnkey. You know what I mean? So you gorgeous, girl. So sell your ass off. Go ahead. I mean,
and that's a good point, Lisa Ray. That's a good point, Lisa Ray, because you are what you represent. You are your first marketing tool, and to present yourself in such a way like that of luxury, of higher standards, then it's like, oh, this person, that's their standards. They're not going to show me anything less than what their standards are.
Exactly.
So that's a real
game, recognized game.
Right.
Okay.
So when you were talking about, that you guys filmed during the pandemic, as one of the women that worked in reality myself, we all know that productions play a huge role in how they edit and piece things together to create a whole different narrative. Do you think your show positively reflects your agents and your agency? And would you change anything about the show?
Definitely, for sure. The agents and myself, we were a family before, the camera crews came. So we all had a relationship, and this is how we are behind closed doors. We lay it out there on the table. We're like a family. If we don't like something, we tell it how it is. And 5 seconds later, we're back talking like nothing happened. Like that's how we operate in Allure Realty. And some people just don't understand that, but that's our relationship, and it works well. We've been going 2 years strong, and it works for us. And I wouldn't change anything that happened on the show. How I run my business, I wouldn't change it. And how the agents did whatever they did, what they needed to do, they wouldn't change what they did. And I don't.
Good to know that. Mm-hmm.
Before I get to my question, I just want to read a couple comments from the chat. Ebony Fowler says, I don't think Envy was being thrown shade at the cast, more so production. He's in the real estate industry as well as speaks about it often in the Breakfast Club. And then Bo L says, I don't think Envy was being shady. He made some good points, which is sometimes difficult for Envy. Ooh, they being shady in our chat.
Well, I read the, oh, sorry, go ahead.
They're not understanding the concept. They're still basing, just because we're a franchise, they're basing two shows, comparing them, thinking that they're the same. It's apples and oranges. We have two different stories, and that's what people fail to realize. There's two different stories. Just because Selling Sunset, they are well-established brokerage. We are a new brokerage tapping into luxury real estate.
So it's a transition from one demo to another, which you're breaking into a different demographic, which, okay.
And that's the reason why they have
and we're not gonna fake anything. So what you see is real life. What we're doing is real life. We could have all day went and showed homes and said we're under contract. But no, we're giving you guys real life, and that's what it is. And if we get more seasons, you will see more homes sold.
Exactly. You have somewhere to grow and go.
Wasn't it like the first episode after he said that though?
It's the first. Yes. He didn't even watch the whole series.
Exactly.
You know what? We are giving him too much attention. This is about you right now. So we have to celebrate that Allure Realty was created by a Black woman and is run predominantly by Black women. I want to ask you, how challenging was it to break into the luxury real estate industry as we're talking, as a Black woman? And what challenges, like, is it weird? Do you get people that don't want to work with you because you are women of color, you're a Black woman? And how has your show empowered Black women? But let's talk with, like, have you had any issues with people changing their mind or not want to work with y'all because you're Black women?
It's more, I had a situation, I had a client, she was a young, successful Black entrepreneur, and she wanted to buy she was getting so many challenges. Being a young Black woman, the agent came and she looked at her and she basically stereotyped her and was just difficulties on what she needed to bring to the table, and it was just a lot. So with us, we present ourselves a certain way, and it's a lot of educated, smart women on my brokerage. So we haven't had an issue. One of my agents have been stereotyped a little. We do get it. Some of them get it. The younger ones get it. But it's not a big issue. The issue is, the hate that we get within the other brokerages in the Tampa Bay area. That's what we're getting a lot of.
Maybe hate on y'all, huh?
It's bad.
That means you're doing something. I told you, girl.
Okay.
It's bad. I get a call every day. Take my listing off your website. It's crazy.
Nobody hates on scrubs. They only hate on winners. Scrubs don't get hated on. So it's true. Nobody hates on second place or fifth or last.
That's right.
All right, y'all. You can catch the first season of Selling Tampa on Netflix. Make sure you support this show as they show their transition into the luxury real estate space. Sharelle Rosado, thank you so much for joining us, and we appreciate you coming through. And make sure you support her and follow her on all her social media and her projects. And if you're in Tampa, go ahead and buy that luxury home through their firm.
Tampa, Miami, we cover all of Florida.
Okay, bro, tell it.
Hello, somebody.
Right. I hear a little accent. Where you from?
I'm originally from Alabama, Georgia.
Okay, Alabama. Hey.
And before we go, one comment from Candace. The show was awesome to watch. I enjoyed seeing Black women being beautiful and bosses. Looking forward to next season. We're going to leave you on some positivity. Thank you so much, Sharelle.
All right.
We're taking a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more Cocktails with Queens after this. One day, we're going to have to air the behind-the-scenes commercial conversations. I'm just saying.
I'm ready.
No, we ain't.
Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. We have reached a part of the show where we talk about our personal lives and our relationships and how we've overcome obstacles in our very own lives. Welcome to our queendom. All right, y'all. We just had one on here, a girl boss, and tonight's topic will focus on the misconception of the term girl boss. Now, the term girl boss has been popularized by women who are killing it when it comes to running their businesses, but media mogul Shonda Rhimes calls it bullshit. In the interview with Time Magazine, Shonda said, "I think the girl boss archetype is bullshit that men have created to find another way to make women sound bad. Shonda believes that it's just a nice catchphrase to grab a bunch of women into a group and say, this is what women are doing right now." She added, "No one says this is what men are doing right now." What are your thoughts on this? Do you think she has a point? Do you agree? And what do y'all think about this? Do you think it's a bad thing or no?
I can see what she's talking. I can see what she's saying because it's like it's going to be a trendy, catchphrase, like she said, and she's right. No one says and comes up and be creative about what the men do because being a boss is being a boss, whether you're a man, woman, or child. You know what I mean? You running things, you doing stuff. You know what I mean? You're making money and you're growing. You know what I mean? And so, what does it matter if you're black, white, brown, purple, or green, or whatever? You know what I mean? Boss is a boss. That's my. That's my 2 cents. Well, 3 cents.
I personally prefer head chicken charge.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say head chicken. I was gonna say what?
No, head chicken charge. That's right. That's what I prefer. Yeah, I'm not a girl, first of all. Right.
Well, that's true. I feel like what she's saying is right.
She a girl. She a girl inside. I know that girl side.
That is sad. I feel like what she's saying is right.
But I like instead of like girl boss, like
Okay, never mind. Maybe I don't feel anything.
Go ahead, Selena.
Well, what I was saying was I feel like I probably wasn't saying nothing, child.
Back to me.
Okay.
Oh my God, y'all.
I feel like I feel like she was just trying to, you know how you say, well, what's the whole strong woman analogy, how we be like, I don't want to be called strong no more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's along the lines of that energy. I think sometimes we might be going a little too far with titles. Like, okay, girl boss. I think it is dumb that you have to put girl or woman or anything in front of it. I think I agree with Lisa Ray. A boss is a boss. Why we had call it a girl boss or this boss? You don't hear nobody talking about boy boss. So I do agree, but I feel like it's the same things that, I don't want to be called strong, concept as well. You know how black women say, I don't want to be called strong no more because then you think I don't need no help. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just in that kind of energy, maybe.
Yeah.
It's because America is still as racist as America is. It's probably just as sexist, if not more. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the proof is they rather vote for a black man as president before a woman. And you're going to probably not see a woman for a long, long time because even women in this country don't respect and trust and believe in other women a lot of times. I think the term girl boss, we ain't girls, we grown-ups, we get it. I think it started off as not to be an insult, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, but we're women, we're women. I get what they were trying to say, but it is like someone said in the chat, it's kind of like saying, oh, you look good for your age. Or you're pretty to be dark, all these little backhanded compliments that people try that they think they're saying something positive, but they're really not. Hey, we are beyond the point where being a female and a boss is a big deal because there's plenty of them out there.
And a female boss that has really shown us is Queen Elizabeth. Actually, what she done been doing it since World War II and I.
Lisa Ray.
Don't do
it, Lisa. Don't do it to yourself.
I'm just saying, for real. No, for real. Well, let me say, I'm saying that because she ain't sensitive, because a lot of times they say women can't run the world because we too emotional. You know what I mean? That we can't go off with your head and mean it. I could, but I'm just saying. But she has shown that I can run this and been running this for a long, 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 long time. She's ran a dynasty, you know what I mean? And she's still running. And how old is she? Again, World War II and I?
She went from the first war.
That's what I thought. Like at a young age, she was doing it.
At like 15.
That's
Claudia. This is a stupid.
Gotta add.
Okay. I hate you.
Go to a commercial, girl.
And that has been our queendom. I love this show, y'all. I'm gonna take a quick commercial break. And all these women bosses We'll be right back, and shout out to Queen Elizabeth, running things since 1852.
Since birth, child.
Long time, decades.
What is happening?
Welcome back.
Oh, Joyce.
I'm not in.
Hey, y'all.
I'm out.
Can y'all mute in production? We got a show to do here, ladies and
Okay,
gentlemen.
we're trying to finish
honey. Joyce said, we short a queen, honey. I'm going to get it in.
Okay. There you go.
Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. We had an extra queen just now, but we're going to go back to our 4 squares. All right, y'all. We got to talk about this story. Whoa. A Tennessee judge said Black men are killing each other better and doing a better job than the KKK would ever do. Take a look.
Of seeing Black men shooting at each other in this community, in this nation. I don't understand it. I grew up in a time when people wore white robes and they shot at Black people. And now we see young Black men wearing black hoodies shooting at Black men and doing a much more effective job than the Klan ever thought about doing. I'm sick of it. Of course, the only thing I can do is shout it from here. No one seems to listen.
Can I ask where that judge was? Where was he from?
In Tennessee.
Tennessee. Wow.
I hear what he's saying. I understand what he's saying, but I disagree with what he says about that we're doing a better job than the Ku Klux Klan. Because see, the Ku Klux Klan, they did it in unison, and in what I'm trying to say, a lot of folks, a lot of Black people at the same time. You know what I mean?
They lynched.
Right. And so that's the part I disagree with, but I get what he's saying. He's just simply saying, hey, you know, he came from that time where the whites was killing the Blacks. Now the Blacks is killing the Blacks. Like, what is it? What's going on? Why do we have to have this?
Yeah.
What do y'all think? Lisa, Selena, you want to go? Selena, what do you think?
I see what Lisa Ray, you know, I agree with what Lisa Ray said. And I agree. I feel him in terms of, yes, Black on Black crime, great. But you know what? There's white on white crime too. We need to start. It's same thing with the Black boss and the girl boss. You don't hear nobody saying boy boss, where there's white on white crime too. And actually white people kill more white people than Black people are killing Black people. And those are actual statistics and facts. So he sounds like a fool. Second of all, the KKK has lynched folks and they got away with it. So let's start there, and was doing it for decades upon decades before we could even own a gun. Like so that was
World War I and World War II.
Come on, since the Queen been ruling since slavery. Okay, then. So actually, that was a fool statement coming from him. Actually, it's a fool statement coming from everyone, because Black on Black crime, well, Black people shooting Black people, you know, in terms of gang violence and things of that nature. Yes, that is prevalent. It's stupid. It's wrong. We need to stop it. But we need to also highlight the fact that white people are killing white people too. Asians are killing Asians. It's all about, you know, and Mexicans are killing Mexicans. It's all about geography. If you are in an environment where there's only Black people, then obviously Blacks are going to have a problem with Blacks. If it's just white people, whites are having a problem with white. It's about geography. You know, this dude is trying to make it geometry, but it's really geography. And at the end of the day, he shouldn't be even making a statement on that, because he don't know what it's like in our communities in real life. You just know what's coming up in your courtrooms that probably ain't even real. We probably shouldn't even be in there, because we probably wrongfully accused. Why don't you talk about all these Black men that's in jail that ain't supposed to be there? You ain't sick of that? Because your people are responsible for putting them away and sentencing them. So be mad about that. Be mad about a lot of stuff.
When I first saw the headline, this story, I was like, oh, he tried it. But when I just heard what he said, I'm gonna have to disagree. I think he has a point. I don't think he's lying. And I think that's an uncomfortable truth that we don't want to say. We are acting up. I have Black men in my friend circle growing up and family that were murdered, not by white people. Not saying they're innocent, because they out here being real trash too. But it's by someone they knew. And yes, white on white crime is they're at 85%. I think we're at 90. But the percent, we are less of a population. We 30% of us. And we do need to stop. Like, I we can justify and say, what about white people? But we should focus on us. Like, we have got to stop these dumbass killings because we mad. This is our cousins that we killing. This is our brothers and our sisters. Yes, white people do got to get it together.
And I think that's what he meant, because he was in the courtroom dealing with it right then, and he was frustrated. He's like, what the hell is this? Why I keep having this come across my desk here?
That's what I sense was frustration as well, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hey, Claudia,
maybe it's just they got that clip.
I mean, before we go, can we please just, Sidney Poitier, rest in peace.
Oh, yes.
He lost a true legend. But he had a wonderful, beautiful life and left us with a lot of wonderful, wonderful gifts. I mean, you know, Bob Saget, you know, it's definitely been a week. Carl Craig.
I love him.
I work with. It's definitely
Carl Craig, who?
He died.
Carl Craig.
Carl Craig.
Carl Craig.
Carl Craig that we all knew in LA.
Passed away. So listen, you guys, treasure life. Take care of yourselves. Be good to each other. We've definitely had a week of losses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen. Condolences to the families.
Yes.
And blessings.
And tell your people while they're here that you love them, and make that time, make that trip, spend that time with your people, because we are losing them so fast.
Yes.
Ladies, great show. I want to thank all of you, Lisa Ray, Selena Johnson, Vivica A. Fox, and special guest Sharelle Rosado for joining us. Thank you for watching us. Stick around. Fox's drama series, Our Kind of People, coming up next. See y'all, ladies. Next
all right.
time.
Thanks, fans. We love y'all.